All right, we've got our tea. We've got still our Skeletor friend. I think we're ready to do this. Also, for those of you who don't know who I mean by Skeletor friend, make sure to check out YouTube if you are listening to this to figure that one out. Hi everyone, you're tuning in to the Perfectly Powerfully You podcast, a space of epic positivity, radical self-expression, and transformational growth. Join me in celebrating this beautiful thing we call life with even greater ease, flow, and authenticity. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Perfectly Powerful You podcast. I'm your host, Nikita, and I trust, hope, and expect that you all are having a delightfully joyous day. Today, for this podcast, I feel inspired to talk about celebrating ourselves, all of our achievements, all of our failures, all of our past experiences, but whether we think them as good or bad, that has led to the perfect and everlasting now, and how we can use that certainty, expectation, and celebration to enhance the life that we are living and to attract seamlessly even more of what it is that we would love in life and become even more powerful magnets for the success and dreams of our hearts. So if that sounds good to you, then keep on listening and or watching. So the inspiration for this podcast came up very organically, sitting in my car after I had a really good cry. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when you're feeling like there's just something that needs to come out, for myself, it is often crying. I love doing that. It's very cathartic and it just releases a lot of the stored up energy I didn't realize I was holding until my body says, it's go time, baby. Let's do this. And so, upon reflecting on my life after this very good cathartic release, I was thinking about all the dreams of my hearts and the things that I would love to create, but also my clients and all the dreams of their hearts and what they want to create. And every single step along the way that has brought them to this place in their life, to this moment in time where they get to consciously create exactly what it is that they would love to create. And the same goes for you guys listening, that there are places in which you want to create even more in your life, ways in which you want to give more in your life, to receive more in your life, places in which you want to have, do, be, create something that you haven't done, created, or had before. This tool of celebration, I think, is something that can be maybe undervalued up until now. We often focus on, in this capitalistic society, productivity. And oftentimes, once you've accomplished something, there's always the what's next? What's more? What can I do now? And there often is this woo celebration, and then it kind of goes away. And it's often the next thing that you get to celebrate. What celebration does for our energy not only amplifies this feeling of, heck yes, I've done something, like, look at how awesome I am, and look at what I've been able to create, and also celebrating others and saying, look at you go, look how awesome you are, look at the energy you've poured into this, and we want to honor, hold space, and celebrate everything that you have created up until now. There's a sense of pride, and pride amplifies this underlying tone of gratitude that there is something you have received. Now, reminding ourselves that gratitude is in harmony with the level of frequency of abundance. And abundance means a lot of something. Abundance is not just having a lot of money, abundance is infinite. Abundance is limitless. Abundance is not just about the material wealth that you have, but the internal spiritual health, wealth, richness that you get to enjoy. It's the emotional richness that you get to embody that transforms your life as you see it now. If you would love to learn a little bit more about gratitude, being able to be in vibrational match for the life that you'd love to have, check out my other videos because they go into even more depth on how you can transform your energy to even more seamlessly attract that to which you would love even more of in life. For this video, we're going to talk about celebrating the baby wins and everything that has led you to this point now. Because celebration not only is fun to feel, but it also creates a relaxed and amplified feeling in your energetic field that just creates more goodness in your day-to-day life. Now, you're in a certain aspect of your life that would never have been if you didn't take every step that you have taken up until this point. Makes sense, right? Well, how about celebrating all the ways in which people didn't show up for you? How about celebrating all the ways in which you didn't show up for yourself or others? How about celebrating all the ways in which things didn't work out for you, that things sucked, that there were unforeseen circumstances that really you would not have preferred, and yet they were? When we celebrate the things that may not have gone the way we wanted, either for ourselves or for another, the ways in which we were betrayed, or the ways in which we were the betrayers, they all had to be in order for you to exist as you are today. And you wouldn't be listening to this podcast, you wouldn't be on your transformational growth journey unless they all happened. Now, for those of you who are already walking down this path and you're like, well, yes, of course, I want to recognize and honor that things don't always go my way. And I already do recognize and honor that, things happen in life and we just learn how to transcend them. Fantastic. I'm so glad you guys are there. And for those of you who are still engaging with this level of thinking, perspective, and reasoning about your life, I want you to just pause, reflect, and really put on the energy of celebrating who you are today, regardless of whether or not there are things you want to change about yourself, whether or not you think that you could be a little bit better than who you are. You are who you are today, and you're meant to be exactly who you are today in order for you to become even more of who it is you want to be, who you are destined to be. I'd also love to touch on right now this idea of certainty. Now, in our life, again, as I mentioned before, we're often praised and we often celebrate productivity and the things in which we do that will amount to the things that we would love to have. And there's often this idea of doing in order to create what it is we want in life. And this had me thinking about our dreams and how we have these big, bold, grand dreams of our hearts that we say, how the heck are they going to come into being? I don't know how. They seem too big for what I have now, having even more money in my bank account, having the love of my life, to have the grandchildren, the children that I want to have, to be able to work less, make more, and have the time and money, freedom to do the things I actually want to do. I have no idea how they're going to happen. So, coupling this with certainty, how can you, with absolute certainty in your mind, in your energy, and in your thoughts, put on this energy that absolutely everything that you are doing now is amounting to where you are imagining yourself to be? And knowing that you don't have to know the how. What if the how was already known? And by definition, a dream means that it is bigger and you won't know every step of the way. And that can feel scary. I know for myself, as someone who loves to plan out their life, it can take a lot to be able to relax into the flow of life, to know that there are going to be people, resources, experiences, opportunities that I don't even know are in my awareness right now. And there are going to be people, resources, opportunities that are coming up in your life that you have no idea are going to be coming up, but they are going to be present for you that you have yet to experience and receive in your life. Now, certainty has a way of being able to energetically relax our body. In a feeling of constriction, we often block the flow of what we can receive in our life because we're trying to figure it out. But with your dream, and by definition, knowing that you have no idea every step of the way that is going to amount to your dream, we can block the flow by saying, I have to figure it out. I have to know every step of the way from A all the way until Z in order for me to figure this out. But what if you didn't have to know the how? What if you were able to connect to that part of you that already knows how, that's already lived this life? In the quantum realm, energetically, we are all vibrating at a very specific frequency. Now, this frequency is everywhere present. Everything we see, smell, taste, hear around us is energy and light. Now, knowing that if we can picture it in our mind and everything is created twice, first in thought, then in form, we know that our mind, our thoughts are energy. So if we can think it, it's a possibility. And if we know that time is just an illusion, it's a construct of our mind, and we know that absolutely everything is already done, then there's a part of you that has already created, seen, done, given, and have everything you can already think of. Now, think on that for a little bit. For those of you who are just getting into this, that's a mouthful. To know that absolutely everything is already done and I just get to experience it right now and I get to live into it right now. But if I know that there's already a version of me that has the money, has the time, has the love of my life, has the big house, lives by the ocean, or lives in the countryside, it's already done. How can you live with the certainty right now and celebrate yourself right now for having already done it, even if you don't know how you did it? Now, there's a way in which that we can tap into this infinite intelligence, that we can tap into our higher self that has it already done. We ask ourselves, what are the dreams of our hearts? What is it that I really want to do, have, be, create, give? And now, as we step into this version of us that knows it's already done, it had me reflecting on when we were babies. We were new to this world and we didn't even know what breathing was until we took our first breath, but it came so naturally. We didn't know what walking was until we saw other people doing it and we just tried to do it. And our parents or guardians, as they were watching us, maybe they documented it and they were saying, oh my goodness, look, now they're taking their first steps. Oh my gosh, now they're running. Oh my gosh, now they're talking for the first time. And look at them grow and they're marking it down. They're writing it on the wall or whatever it is that they tracked your growth. And they knew with absolute certainty that just because you are a little baby, then they knew that as they kept pouring energy into you, as they kept loving you, as they kept celebrating you in every single win, they knew that you didn't have to get your PhD right away. You didn't have to become who it is that you were destined to become right away. You were still a baby. But they knew with absolute certainty that eventually over time you would grow, you would thrive, that you would continue to run and play and skip and learn and grow and fail and grow some more and fail and grow some more. And you would continue to lean into who it is that you were destined to become. They knew with absolute certainty that just because they saw you as you were as a baby, it did not mean that you were always going to stay a baby. They knew that there would be evolution. There would be transformation along the way. They knew with certainty. that it wouldn't happen all at once, but it would happen. Now, for the dreams of your hearts that you are conjuring, for the love of your life, for this even greater health and vitality, for this even greater time and money freedom, you have these dreams. And right now, they may be babies. They may be adolescents or teenagers. I don't know what stage of your dream has evolved. But I do know with absolute certainty that they are growing and they will transform themselves absolutely into what they are destined to become. Now, how can you live your life now in an even more relaxed way with absolute certainty that your dreams are coming true, that they're evolving just like you? Sometimes, and I know often I catch myself thinking, and you may be in the same boat as me as well, that we want to have the thing, the money in our bank account, the person by our side, the being on the trip or holiday in order to feel the way we think we feel, the way we think we will feel when we have them. And so that's what we call living an outside in life, that we need the material object or presence in our life in order to feel a certain way. And we always feel like we're one step away from it because we don't yet have the thing in order to feel like we need the thing in order to feel the way we want to feel. And so, how do we feel that way now? We think we need the person to feel loved. How can we feel loved right now? We think we need the money in order to feel secure. How do we feel secure right now? We think we need the time in order to feel free in our life. How can we choose to feel that now? It's a very empowering and small micro shift that you can make in every single moment of your day when you're aware of it. So, how do we put on with absolute certainty that not only are your dreams coming true because you are choosing to energetically align with them already, energetically align with the freedom you already have, with the time you already have, with the money and love that you already have right now, knowing that as you energetically align with it, it has to come into being in your life because you're sending out energy in your life saying it's already done. And then opportunities, people, resources, money come into your life out of the blue. And that you didn't even need to know how your dreams were going to come into reality because you didn't need to know the how. The how was already no. It's already done. With absolute certainty, you can just continue to relax into your life and taking small action steps every single day that lead you in the direction of your path because you're holding it in your mind's eye and you're energetically aligning, saying, I am already free. I am already abundant and limitless in my money. I am already loved. And I just take step after step, energetically aligning with this, knowing with absolute certainty that it is coming into being. And I never needed anything outside of me to control the way that I feel. And that, again, is a very empowering shift that you can make right now. And tying it all back into celebrating ourselves and amplifying this energy. When we celebrate ourselves, we amplify gratitude for something we already have. And we couple it with certainty that we don't need the thing in order to feel the way we want to feel. We just choose to feel it now with absolute certainty it's already coming into our life. And I don't need to go and get. I relax and I allow. When we are tense, we constrict the flow. When we are relaxed, we allow it into our life. And so I have a practice for you, for those of you who want to continue to make these micro shifts in your life and to enhance this. Because it's one thing to logically know, it's another to energetically align with and know internally. Calm confidence. This is something that I continue to reflect on every time my belly clenches, or I feel like I'm breathing very shallowly, or where I'm feeling like I need to do in order to have. Whew, I just take a breath for a second. And this is something that I can do and you can do sitting down, standing up, walking, is focusing on your breathing. Breathe in calmness and breathe out confidence. And I encourage you in this moment to genuinely feel this way. Genuinely feel this calmness and relaxation. What does calmness feel like in your body? What does it feel like and look like as you breathe into it? Does it have a color, a smell, a taste? The more tangible you make it for your body, the more real it becomes for your body and your mind. Breathe it in, energetically feel it. This calmness. And then you breathe out confidence. Again, what does it smell like, taste like, feel like? Does it have a color that you're breathing out into the world around you and also breathing out into your energy and into your body? Feel it vibrating and forming all throughout your body from your toes to your head to your fingertips. Allow it to envelop everything about you and keep doing it. Over time, what you'll find is that this energy of constriction and going and getting relaxes and softens. And in this relaxed, softened state, what you do is you open up your mind to ideas. You open up your energy to opportunities that you may not have seen before. What you do is you transform your constricted nervous system, fight or flight, autopilot into rest, digest, and create. You become less reactive and more responsive. When your body is in a state of constriction and fight or flight, you're no longer thinking and taking in new information. You just can't. It's not a time to create when your body thinks it's time to run or it's time to fight or fawn. But in this state of relaxation, it's all good. I'm here to create right now. We open our minds, metaphorically and energetically, to new information. We become conduits for the resources and the energy and information that was already here for us to continue to walk the path that we want to walk. And so, what does that do for us? It allows us to, again, put on with certainty that as we continue to rest and relax, it's all good, it's already done. We become energetically aligned to even greater levels of relaxation and flow and softness in our life. Up until now, I know for myself, I was someone who was always in this go, go, go mode. As soon as I was up, I was on fire. And I was just a series of buttons to be pushed on autopilot. And I wasn't ready to create anything more in my life because I was too busy creating my past. But when we're creating a new future of greater health, of greater love, of greater time and money, freedom, wealth, and richness, not only spiritually, energetically, but materially, we need to be open and receptive to greater levels of information. And how do we do that? We gotta rest. We gotta relax. We have to do it for our body because, again, if our body's on autopilot, fight or flight, it's not the time to create. And so we create by resting and relaxing. And we breathe in calmness and we breathe out confidence that it's already done, it's all good. Really feel it. That every step you're taking with certainty and confidence is continuing to lead you down the path of your dreams. And when we connect to that part of us that knows it's already done, our highest self, who already has everything it is that you are envisioning. We tap into her or him and we ask questions, we get engaged, we get curious. What are they already doing now that we can transform and live into now? And for those of you who would love even more help on this, who don't even know what the dreams of your hearts are, who don't know how to energetically tap into and relax your body in order to align with even greater wealth, prosperity, and abundance materially and energetically, linked down below is a free strategy session. You and I can sit down together and we can look at the ways in which you are living your life now, the places that you're feeling the most constricted, and the next best step to get you to where you want to be. And for those of you who would love to absolutely and radically transform your life now, that you want to know how to do this now, that you want to know how to learn the tools now to transform your life because you're ready, like you are committed. You have fantastic opportunity from now until the end of November to become part of the Dream Building Beta team, the new one that I've created for the season. It's 50% off the regular price, which is a steal of a deal. And you are going to be able to not only change your mind, but remember, everything's created twice. You're going to change your mind and change everything that you see in your world today and be even closer to recognizing and realizing the dreams of your hearts. Now, I thank you all so much for joining me today. It has been an absolute pleasure to be here with you. And until next time we meet, I trust, hope, and expect that you all have yourself a super duper and tremendous day. And I look forward to talking with you all very soon. Thank you all for joining me today because it has been my absolute pleasure to be here with you. Make sure to give this podcast a 5-star review and share it with all your loved ones because it helps in creating even more awesome content. If you're interested in learning how to effortlessly create even more health, vitality, and time and money freedom, sign up for my free monthly vision workshop live over Zoom. Until then, I hope you all have a powerful day, and I look forward to chatting with you all real soon.